are off. Today is day 334 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Day 334 today marks the end of 11 months. We have made it 11 out of 12 months. We are so very close to the end of a year. 31 more days in front of us, and we are home free, damn it. It feels good, not gonna lie. It feels pretty damn good to be this close to the end. But we still have a whole month still. Even though it's just 31 more days, still have 31 more days to go nonetheless. Alright. And before we get to those, we have to make it through today, technically. So, for today, 334, we get to revisit the goddamn scaling issue we had last night. Let's see what we're up against. We've got our example code. We also have our code here. Now, I saw Topher left a comment about the column height needs to also be 100%. So let's check that out. Main column height for all three. I'm trying to figure out if I want to drop in column height to 100% in all three, or if I want to do a section where I have nav, comma, menu, or nav section and whatnot, you know. Totally missing keys. Section. And aside with all height 100%. I mean, I guess we could do that. We could even take this, but then we'd only have margin 0%. I think I'd prefer to drop in height 100% into all three individual sections. So let's do nav. Let's do section and aside. Let's also get rid of the background color. Let's comment out that noise and this noise. Let's not have to worry about that for now. Save, save, save. Refresh. Okay, height 100%. Margin 0. Width. Maybe main also needs to be 100%. There we go. It was main that needed to be 100% this whole fucking time. Dear God. Okay, so, well, we're left with that. What would be the next thing? I don't actually know if I want to tackle media queries right now. It was such a pain last night. Considering this is mostly a CSS-based project, I think we're going to go ahead and just adjust the content for today. So let's focus on that in the meantime. We'll go ahead and style things. Now, to style stuff, to get the current layout, we used grid. But now, somehow, we also need to throw flex into the mix. And I'm not sure, because I could have sworn it was also display. Ta-da, see, and you've got run-in, block, flex. So, I'm not sure how we're gonna pull off both flex and grid at the same time. I think it's possible, but And you know what? I don't think it's so much that we need to do display grid in main. I don't think we need to do flex in main. What I think we need to do is do flex in each section. That makes way more sense. I probably should have display flex. Yeah, per each unit. Or div, whatever we want to call them. So here for header, and if I did center, no, maybe that's not right. I just feel like having display grid and display flex in main is gonna piss something off. Let's look at Flexbox Froggy. We can always ask the frog what to do. Hey, Zero Love. How are you doing? And GE96. No. Alright, we're already messing up. Good to know. Well, at least that's been addressed quickly, so thank you for that. Display flex for pond. See, this is the pond area that we're looking at. Center. This is what I want to be. I want that to happen. Which is exactly what I was going to do. Justify content. Despite how quirky and wrong. Why will it not let me select that? Center. Save. Refresh. See, that worked. That's a thing. No, that was regarding the grid flex in the same element. The last one will be... Oh, right. My terrible idea of smashing them together. Good. But this... See, I found... After I chase my tail enough, I'm able to piece things together. So frankly, I want to just kind of keep running with this. Copy, but for all of them... Again, we run into the height issue. Height for all of them. I really do think we should have nav, since we're going to have more than just height. We're going to have display, flex, and center. For all of them. Yeah, we can adjust that. So, how do I want to do that? That means I'm going to have to streamline some of this nonsense. First things first. Header. Nav. Although I think I could just do body, right? Wouldn't apply to all elements? No, do it specifically. Header, nav, section, aside, and footer will all have the following. Display content flex and height 100%. Cut that noise out of there. Okay, so with that said, I think get rid of this. Got rid of that. Height 100%, height 100%. I'm not sure how header and footer are going to react to the height 100%. That is a little concerning, but let's see how this blows up in our face. Refresh. Ta-da! Nothing really all that terrible occurred. Kinda cool. So with that said, the difference now... Why didn't content move? What's up with that? I figured content would have... Oh, you know why? It's because content, that's the section, and we aren't moving the section to center. content is the H1. So we need to reference the H1 in the paragraph, not necessarily section. Well, yeah, yes and no. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. This is why I still kind of wanted to leave each one broken up in its own little special nightmare, because each one is kind of just unique enough. But I know where you have consistent, you don't want to repeat your code or whatever. I'm trying. The weird balancing act that I'm still getting used to. So if I need both the H1 and the paragraph elements to be centered, which I think in the future we're also going to be adding a list element to that because we've got the menu items, and when it shifts, the menu actually disappears, and then the items 1 through 5 move from a vertical list to horizontal, which would be flex direction. So we still have a ways to go. Let's keep tinkering, shall we? Save, refresh. How does that? That didn't help anybody. Okay, we've pissed off the CSS gods. Let's get rid of that. In general, I think we can leave that. Why did it work for everyone else except for content? Something about section. Wonder what it is. Let's go ahead and add in the menu items first. Those are all like partial. I don't know if they're actual buttons, links, but clearly there's a hover component that is changing the background to them. I don't know if we need to do the same type of change for the CSS when we hover over the items. Maybe we could even get away with just having buttons, and they don't need to lead anywhere. Again, when you click on them, nothing happens, but it's just really preparing that area to receive information and the ability to do stuff. Ads, nothing's going on with that. Let's see. See, this is centered. That's so nice. Ours, though, like got punched in the jaw. GE96. Are you still doing the min-max stuff? Yeah, element hovering to change background. Yeah, well, that's a thing. I'm at least aware of it. I really haven't had to implement it too many times. I've seen plenty of examples of it in research over the last year, and the only project where I actually utilized like the hover function that vividly stands out in my mind was the Magic 8 Ball project that I did. When I'd hover over the Magic 8 Ball, it would flip. I think I did that with CSS. Although I may have used flip card. Doesn't matter. The min-max stuff. Yeah, that's still the min-max nightmare is absolutely on the horizon. I've kind of set that to the back burner in the meantime, since I know I can at least actually make progress with this. At least we got everything else centered, which is cool. So as far as this section goes, what happens if I apply it specifically? I know it technically it's not going to change anything different if I have section listed here versus here, but I'm just curious. So, Flexbox Froggy tells us if we want crap to move, we need to have that. But when we start adding in other things, flex direction column. Maybe that's what I need. Flex direction. Because I guess it's the same thing. I was just thinking about it, looking at the item menus. If I add in the items with flex direction, I think it stacks them by default all sideways next to each other. Watch this. In fact, I'm almost certain of it now that it's kind of now that we're chipping away at the past. Let's go ahead and add in a list element of sorts. What do we want to do? Unordered list? God, we haven't had to make a list in forever. We'll go with unordered. And are list elements self-closing? They are not. Okay. So we'll have, basically following Topher's example, item 1, copy, 2, and 3. This is just for quick test. We'll add in 5. Maybe we won't add in 5. Maybe we'll just have 3. I don't really mind. There's that. And let's save this, refresh. What does that give us? So items 1, 2, and 3 like so. Ah, but look at that. See? It moves it. Menu. They're on the same line. So we do need to change the flex direction to column. Let's try that here in nav first. Flex direction column. Save. Refresh. Ta-da! Be-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Figured it out. Cool. And then we can do some padding and some other nonsense, and we'll make this work. Okay. What else did we need to do? We need to do that same song and dance down here in section. We can get rid of the redundancy. And we probably should have flex direction up top. Flex direction column. Save. Refresh. Okay, there's that. Now, why? Oh, right. With flex direction, it turns it. So, justify content is the x-axis horizontal, and then I think it's align items is vertical. But when you do flex direction, it shifts it, it tilts it. So if you want to go sideways, you've turned the whole grid on its side. So we need to manipulate the y-axis, which would be align items to get all of our shit centered and aligned. So here we want the following. We can actually do a subcategory since we've got the 2. Since they'll be a little odd and strange. Things to do with stuff and such. Well, what's happened? Chat. Hey, Kyle! How you doing? Code by Kyle. Fuck me, they're doing maintenance on the international cable here, and the internet went to crap. Oh, boo, that's not cool. Not hotspot. Can't even load the stream. That's soul crushing. No hotspot. Haven't heard of that. There we go. Interbutt's working again. IO Flex. Yeah, Flex. Love Flex. Flexbox Froggy. That's where we learned it. And Grid Garden was another tool that we got to leverage. All done by CodePip. Probably the two best microsite learning activities I've done all year. They're fantastic. So helpful. And I can't wait for the 3rd project, Project G. It's going to be awesome. At least I think it will be, mainly because the last 2 were fantastic. Now, what were we doing? We were making progress. Unlike yesterday, we were making progress now. Align items. Align items. Now, here in section, I think it's align items versus align content. Align items defines how the browser distributes space between and around flex items along the cross-axis of their container. Versus align content defines how the browser distributes space between and around items along... fuck. Part of me thinks it's align content because justify content is the x-axis versus they don't have a justify items. We're going to live dangerously. We're just going to guess. We're going to follow our instincts and go with center for align items. Save, save, save for content. Refresh. Boom. In your face, internet. In your face. Respectfully, of course. Yes, respectful face touching. Next thing to do. Hold the phone. We don't need it centered. No, no. Wait a tick, wait a tick. It is the... It's the fact that each section's unique. I was trying to be efficient in having all this crap up here. I know the styles cascade, so I could overwrite them, but that just sounds equally messy in another direction. I think I should just rip everything and treat each section as its own situation. There's only a couple, and I think that would just be the better route to go. Where we've already run into multiple issues, even with this little bit of tinkering. So, let's have all of our flex crap up top, and then styling below it. Tell it the position we want it in, and then what we want it to look like. Okay. There we go. Everyone's alive, everyone's happy. We've stopped the bleeding, which is the important first step to do in most crisis situations. We have height, which we can move below, but set that just beneath this noise, get rid of the extra space. Oh, no, I had height above everything. Okay, crazy person, crazy person. I thought I'd start with Flexbox, but I guess I'm insane. Header, what do we need? Where do we currently stand? Save, 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 refresh. Okay. We want menu to be up top. We want the content to be centered, but we want it to be at the top of the column. So to do that, we go to nav. Height is 100. Flex. This, we don't even need this. Boom. And we can move flex direction up top. Cut. Paste. As well as align items, center, copy, paste, save, save, save. Refresh. See, this shows the difference between the two. The dots are pissing me off. I'm not sure why that's that way. Let's get rid of the justify content center in section. Save, save, save. Let's see if that moves up. See, this maintained the styling. That's the world we want to live in, right here. Also, why is there so much space? Oh, it's the damn padding around the paragraphs. Son of a... Okay, okay. We can fix that. We'll put the padding back in to section. Content section. That's what it is. Ugh. Never-ending nightmare. Save, 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 save. Good, 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 good. Progress. Kind of. There's a less hilarious gap around everything. We can even do the 1.5 adding. God, I want to say we can do it for everything. Copy. How would we go about doing it forever? Easily. Should I add it into the HTML in body or simply add it into main? I think I'd want to add it here, but that doesn't quite seem like the right way to execute that. Save, save, save. Comment that out. Is that going to give me the results I want? I don't think it is. Nope, this is a sad version of the world that I don't want to live in. Not everyone deserves padding. At least not there. Save. Header gets padding. Nav will get padding. This already has it. This needs it. Need is a strong word. We're giving it to all the other ones, might as well give it to those. Refresh. Tau. Damn. Okay, header doesn't need it, and footer doesn't need it. If we want to center crap, you know what we use? Align items. That's what we're looking for. Align crap. Align items. Center. And we do the same song and dance down in footer. And we don't need to worry about spacing issues. And everyone's happy. No one gets hurt. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and we refresh. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. Header and footer. And we've got our ads, menu. Those stupid items still aren't quite necessarily centered. Why are his so cool? Look at his items. 1 through 5. They're all sitting there nicely, agreeing, following society's rules. What's happening here? What kind of black magic is this? Mine have these bullet point growths, these little tumorous nodules growing to the left side of them, just following them like a sick cat. Maybe I should turn them into paragraph elements instead of list items? What if I, instead of doing, can I just drop in a list item without having it as an ordered or unordered list? Is that a thing? Do you know what I mean? Is it wrong to just have these three not contained, just running freely about the world like a bunch of hippies? What happens when I do that? Is this like I'm unleashing the Kraken? No, not like I'm unleashing the Kraken. They're all just sitting there kindly. That's good. That's cool. Okay, let's see. What else? Can't believe we're actually making progress. This is shocking. We can add a second ad. You know what? We'll keep 3 items, but we'll also do 3 ads. I know that really doesn't change anyone's day compared to Topher's project, but he's got 2 and 5, so I figured we'd kind of meet in the middle. 3 and 3, slightly different. Right. So we've got this. Copy. 1 and 2 and save. That's Topher's project that I'm refreshing. Doesn't help anybody if I do that. We want to refresh our project. Oh dear God, why are they... Oh, yep, I'm an idiot. we need to do the following. Flex direction. So critical. So very, very critical. Okay. Flex direction. Where did you go? Aside is our add area. Now, do the following. Why is it Google? Can we all see this? For some reason, Google thinks the page is in Latin and it wants to I mean, I know technically some of it is in Latin, but half of it is spicy beef innuendos. Look at this. What is pork belly and spicy jalapeno bacon? It's got doses of Latin, ipsum whatnot, and but look at this. Salami tri-tip, minimum laborous. No. Google's AI is just slightly off. Okay. Let's close out of that. Good tangent. We never did the flex direction on this, did we? We need to do flex direction to correct this column. Perfect. Save. And we are doing something. Refreshing. Yes. Fresh. Holy hell. Oh, justify content, right? Justify content center is not needed, but we do want align items center. There we go. Save. Refresh. Ta-da! Beep-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Look at that. Pretty damn awesome, if I might say. Can't believe we're making progress. Do. Mr. Demon Wolf. Hey, Mr. Demon Wolf, how you doing? We are indeed making progress. Shocking. Getting stuff done. GE96, is that cliche, Loris Ipsum? Quite possibly. I'm not sure. I grabbed. So rarely do I pull. I mean, I reference Topher's instructions and like the guide, any additional links he may provide here, and we always reference the example code, but rarely do we pull content directly from the example code. But for ours, considering this particular project, we went ahead and copied over his same paragraph that he used. You should, Mr. Demon Wolf, you should use the cipsum.com. Oh dear God, do I click on that on my phone or do I go on that with my computer? I'm checking on my phone first. Corporate Ipsum leverage, average. Oh, okay, it's a thing. Generate. Wait a second. If I put in 8 paragraphs, it defaults to 3, but if I put in 8, done, generate. Oh, hey, cool. Look at that. We're gonna go to the Mr. I never post a bad link. That's true. My bad for making such an outlandish assumption. My apologies to you, Mr. Demon Wolf. Let's see. Let's go ahead and crack that open. That way we can all revel in the glory of the most awesome link you indeed sent our direction. Mr. Demon Wolf, I mean, I could post for, well, you know, but when in Rome, right now that's not quite the current subject of our stream, but if we ever need link recommendations, you know, we know who to ask now, apparently. So, here is the link. Pretty damn cool, right here. Ta-da! So, default, as you can see, there are 3 paragraphs, but if we change it to 8 and generate, boom! Look at that. The whole random flow of whatever you need. Kinda cool. Kinda cool. Yeah. Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and close the stuff. I don't think we need that for now. We're gonna go ahead and stick with just the 2 that we currently have. We should address our item issue. I think we're really just gonna focus on the styling tonight. I don't really want to deal with the whole scaling fiasco that we dealt with yesterday. That was just way too brutal. But yeah. Fletcher King, are you bald with a shaven mohawk? Not quite. Not quite. Although I suppose from the lighting, maybe? I get we're there. It's hard to tell during the daytime stream. Let's turn on the flashlight. Oh god, that's a bright flashlight. We did not plan that. That's not helping anybody. We're just, doing our stuff. Life's taking its toll on us as we're just slipping into the later years of life. Sadly. Balding in general, I'd say so. My biggest concern in life was always being short. Never really was concerned about that. Height versus fur. Never really bothered me as much one over the other. E96 pitching a product. Yes, yeah, exactly. Everyone go out. Don't buy an iPhone, but buy an iFlashlight. It comes with a phone attached. Fletcher King, how tall are you? 3'7". Yeah. Shocking, I know. Not 3'7". It's been, I know this pill that helps you grow like super fast. No, what is it, 5'8"-ish, I think? If I sleep upside down, I think we'd clock in at about 5'8". Or if we stand on little kitty's back, we could probably scrape by 6 feet. Actually, I'm pretty sure we would just crush little kitty. I don't think she would be able to support any weight. She struggles when I set the TV remote on her. What were we looking... how do we solve the damn bullet point issue? Paragraphs? Maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. We got rid of the ordered list. Or, oh, no, down here. No, it wasn't the ordered list. We had it in an unordered list. But now we've just got list items. Would changing them to paragraphs make it any better or worse? I don't think it'd make it worse. I just want to know because they change. I know that's the CSS changing with the hover function or whatever that is. I think GE dropped it in the chat earlier. The element, whatever element, :hover, and then changing the background color. I was just wondering if I should set them up as buttons. I'm trying to think for future case scenario, what I would want them at. I think paragraphs would be fine. Fine substitution. Paragraphs. Is that? there's this. Good, good, good. Awesome, awesome. There we go. Continuing on. Dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. What else are we looking for? Oh, we didn't save. We didn't save or refresh. Damn it, we refreshed Topher's project again. Refresh ours. There we go. Okay. No. Alright. What else do we need to do as far as styling when it's full size? I know there's the whole media query issue. Styles will change when we shift stuff. We should probably do the font. And I don't know what else. What font should we do? Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Can I do the font up here? Sans serif, I agree. Sans serif is a good go-to. Crap. Font family. Sans serif is good. Well, what if we did... It's just, I do sans serif for all of the projects, the majority of them. I think cursive is too out there. Yep, no, not cursive. This is not a cursive type project. Fantasy? Save, save, save. Refresh. We could make it work. If I had to live with fantasy, I could. I'd prefer not to, though. Inherit. Is that an actual thing or more like a function? Yeah, that literally inherits whatever precedes it. Monospace. We can do monospace. Monospace works. Mr. Demon Wolf, fonts.google. That is true. We could always outsource and find more fonts. 1001 or Roboto. I actually type in 1001, or I need to add in Google for that to work. Oh. 1001 is another site. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Wait a second. 1001. I think I've been to that site before. No, hold on. I'm trying to think. Prior to setting up all the stream stuff like a year ago, one of the main, I guess, sites or like channels, resources for figuring out how to do all the stream stuff was nerdordie.com, and one of the sites, it was finding the fonts for the panels that I have, which apparently is like the same font or a knockoff font of the Overwatch font. So I'm trying to think of what site I went to get that font that they referenced. Can't remember. Anywho, we were so close. So, space, monospace, sans serif. You know what? I think I kind of like monospace. Let's go ahead and keep that. Mr. Demon Wolf, Nerd or Die is good. Nerd or Die is fucking awesome. It is so great. That's where I got a lot of my just initial stuff so far. well, I got everything in the beginning of the stream, and really I've changed like almost nothing over the last year. I was gonna make a big push at the end of the year, um, but I probably need to start updating stuff and adding in notifications and the follower updates and whatever and all that prior to the year mark. But we'll get there. Hey, get me. What are you doing? Learning again CSS and HTML? Yeah, there was a severe, like, just weird scaling issue, mystery, or something. I just didn't have the mindset and willpower to figure it out last night. So tonight, I've continued on a path down mostly just the styling side of vanilla CSS, if you will. Well, Flex and Grid, we're still leveraging those two, but just aligning the content and styling some things, not really dealing with the media query headache that we were trying to juggle last night, because that was just an extra special kind of hell. But we've got most everything sorted out, minus the hover stuff. We're pretty good. I do think I want to bold those items, though. Let's go ahead and bold menu, nav. Let's see, how would I indicate? Because it's paragraph elements in nav. I need to give it an ID or a class. That's what I need to do. Class items. I was thinking thinking to myself, how would this work? Item. Ta-da! Beep-de-de-dee-dee-dee. Crisis averted. Look at that. Stevens can learn. It takes 334 days to figure out, but, you know, we'll get there. Save, save, save. Get me, would you consider that if you wanted to, you could find a job at your stage? Ooh. Realistically, I mean, I want to say no, but I also feel like I'm kind of underestimating some of my skill and knowledge. It's just I really like to have a solid understanding for a lot of things I do. Like even before I buy a new device, whether it's speakers or like a monitor, I just like all the little things I do, I just research the item, the company, and like I really get familiar with what's happening beforehand before I commit to doing anything. Even this whole year-long journey really highlights that. It's just kind of a year, which is sort of a needlessly long amount of time when you're doing it every single day to sort of feel something out. I'd assume that I'd probably be able to pull off like a really entry level. I'd love to find it. I don't know if they have it, but like an apprenticeship type thing. I know when I hear apprenticeship, I think of like blacksmith or something like that, but I'd love to find like an apprenticeship for programming. But something around like the internship level where you just get more exposure to it in kind of the business environment for a career, just to see how the dynamics play out in that type of environment. But anything beyond that, I don't think I'm personally comfortable enough claiming that I'd be able to do it. Even if I could pull it off, tinkering, which I think a lot of people just want to get the skills, you know, fire through some boot camp, you know, 10, 12-week program and just be like, I can handle anything that you throw at me. And they probably can, but I think I'm a bit more reserved regarding that. So, I know plenty of people, both novice and veteran, still Google how to do things every day. There's so many problems that so many people have already figured out. You don't need to go out and reinvent the wheel every time, but just for where I'm at currently, I think I'd like to start a little bit lower if I were to go out and seek out a job. So probably like I always see on job boards, and I look out there to see what they're looking for, but I always see senior developers. It's like senior developer for anything and everything, whether it's JavaScript or Python or whatever. Rarely, I know it's out there if you're looking for them, but just developer or especially junior developer. But I don't know what junior developer entails. I feel like intern is still below that. And I don't see like associate developer, the other words that I'm used to seeing, because I come from the HR side of with my work experience. So I mean, I'm used to seeing senior and supervisor or assistant or associate, whatever. But I only see senior and junior, and I'm not sure the skill difference between those in regards to the programming industry. So yeah, but that's just me. Dee 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 dee. Mr. Demon Wolf, you've come far. I'm proud you're slowly getting there. Thank you, Mr. Demon Wolf. Your support and definitely appreciated. McGreenberg, hey, how you doing, homie? Rocky Fork. Add hentai to the page. It improves quality. Ravendol, McGreenberg. I don't think you're ready yet, to be honest. You would be if you spent more time per day. That is true. I only spend a little bit of time, anywhere from the 30-45 minutes to like an hour and 45 to 2 hours. Mr. Dean Wolf, to be honest, I could help a lot once you get into Bootstrap while using frameworks. Ravendol, you. Forky Fork, are you leafy? Are you going to talk that much in the job explaining how you're going to work instead of working? Possibly. GE96, I say you need to learn frameworks and then possibly concepts like OP, basic DevOps. Maybe decide if you want to do backend or front end. There's also security, system architecture, and networking. Yeah, I don't even know where I want to end up. I mean, part of it, that's why I also started my journey at Code Academy, because they had so many free courses regarding so many different languages. So that was interesting to see, because they did have both front end and some back end languages and a lot of different activities. So that was, again, like the first 159 days of this journey. What am I looking for? We made a change. Oh, we set up our classes. We saw the question, got caught up on our tangent, our rant. B96 goes deep, man. Just look at a job site like Indeed. Look for entry-level dev, see the requirements. Size. Quirky. Fork. Oh, did we need something? Quirky Fork. I believe in you. Go HTML. HTML. Right. We saved class, and we need to add in our class for menu. That's what it is. Nav. No, not nav. What is our class? Our class was item. So we wanted to bold item with something font weight bold. Save. Okay, what else do we need from here? Well, once we save that, let's go ahead and refresh it. Refresh. Ta-da! That's a little better. Definitely. Alright, we can close out of that noise. I think we are in a lot better position than when we started off. I think all we have left, and I know it's kind of a main element to this project, is the media query, the responsiveness. But let's see, what else do we have? Quest for the Holy Grail. In the last several projects, you focused pretty heavily on JavaScript. For this lesson, get a little break from that. You have the opportunity to focus more on that. Story time, web design, Holy Grail refers to the layout, which has multiple equal height columns. Lots of ways to do it, many different drawbacks. Layout looks like this. Tricky part is the equal height columns to the right and the left of the content box. Before, faux columns, blah blah blah, workarounds, all very good, until Flexbox and Grid. We've got that. Specifications. Create a layout similar to the one in the image above, which includes header, footer, and multiple equal height columns. That right there is the whole goal of the project. This and this alone. There's that. We're good on that as far as those specifications. That leaves extra credit only, which is the using media queries to change stuff. Yesterday was just too brutal. I think I'm going to try and tackle that during the day tomorrow. I was hoping to tackle it during the day today, but scheduling issues, and yet again, what do you know? We're trapped doing another midnight stream. Shocking, right? 334 days later of nonsense at midnight. But we keep showing up. Using media queries, ensure your layout is responsive on mobile phones. Take a look at the example, resize the browser to see, notice the layout changes and the breakpoint. We'll check Topher's once more, inspect. See that? So cool, it changes, but the whole thing, when it's in the viewport mode, is all stacked vertically. Versus, when we close out of that, ours, we can at least do inspect. It does maintain, dear God. There we go. It does maintain its ratios as we set up, which is cool. We just need to have it modify slightly when we change the viewport of it. But we'll tackle the media query stuff tomorrow. I think everything else is in pretty good standing. Let's see. Comments in the chat. Okay, can I say, because this will help, your nav list should be built from the following tags: nav, unordered list. Oh, and then the anchor element. That's what's changing it. That's what's getting rid of the buttons. Is the fact that it's the link, which makes total sense. I thought I was going to have to change to that in the future, but you're right. We had unordered list and the list before earlier in the stream, but we got rid of it because there were the bullet points just lingering there, pissing us off. So we changed them to whatever, or buttons. That was another thing that I was thinking of using. I wasn't sure if it was a link or a button or whatever, but we'll do anchor tags. Yeah, to get rid of the bullet points. Greenberg, way cool. Ravendol, CSS Grid, Polyfill, GitHub, Frame Grid Company, CSS Grid, Polyfill. Important note. Don't mind me reading the link on my phone. So, although we should probably standard this as a group, maybe? No, it's okay. Let me just read the important note and we'll move on. Important note, the grid specification has undergone several major changes since this polyfill was written. I've not had time to work on keeping the polyfill up to date. Welcome contributions, blah blah blah. Welcome to the first version CSS Grid polyfill. The goal of this project: provide a current working implementation of CSS Grid for current browsers. Prototyping. Interesting. I don't know if I'm cool enough to implement that. I don't think I have the brain power to pull that off. Our code is very basic, cavemanish, if you will. List style type none. Oh, interesting. Yeah, also we've already got our grid stuff going on. See? The tall pants? Yeah, already in the browser. Agreed. Agreed. Okay, well, let's at least do the recommendation of McGreenberg regarding our menu items to be a little bit closer to this. We'll save the cover, change the media, cover element execution for tomorrow. Okay, so to change our stuff, let's do the following. Paragraph elements can die. I think you'll also have to set either margin or padding to 0 in addition to that. Darterus 86. I just started learning C++ last week. It's a mountain of things to learn. I still have yet to encounter, interact with anything C from any of the C languages. C#, C++. I'm very excited to learn and can't wait to interact with any of that stuff. Right now we're just writing out the rest of the year with 31 more days to go, but it is on our to-do list. McGreenberg, it's gonna break some things. Damn. In addition to list style none. Okay. All pants. What are we building? Highlight the paragraph, then hit Command D, select 2 items at once. Wow. Hold on. So wait. Tall pants. Briefly. In the scheme of things, it's been a year going through Code Academy, Code Wars, and then Free Code Camp in October. We started chipping away at these projects. Right now we're on project number 7 as the month of November comes to an end. So Quest for the Holy Grail is basically referring to kind of the aspect ratio for a web page and whatnot, and maintaining the proportions, ratios, and that kind of stuff. When the windows change, both for a browser window and also display sizes, so computer monitor versus tablet or phone, whatnot. We've got this. We've also got inspect, see, and then it, ta-da, goes to something vertical, far more mobile-friendly layout. Everything's stacked within the screen versus, boom, that. So our version, this guy here, we've made it that far. We still need to implement the media query functionality to have it change based on the size of the display or the window. But we're getting close. We've mostly been focusing on styling, getting things centered, how they look, whatnot. For tonight's stream, we tried to tackle the media query stuff, but there's some scaling issue with Chrome and Mac, and it's way too much fun to deal with. It was like a 2-hour nightmare last night regarding that. But it's here, ready, waiting in the wind for me to tackle tomorrow. We're just going to tag the list items, which we had as list items earlier, I swear. You know, we can probably get rid of all the paragraph items in general in the class and simply change it to unordered list with list item 1, item 1, Copy. 2, 3. Oh, damn. McGreenberg, you gave me some cool tip to reference. You said highlight the paragraph. Then hit Command D. Select Command D. What? Holy sh... Guys, every time I hit Command D, it goes to the next thing of that. Look, they're all paragraphs, and now they're all list items, and now they're all cats. Huh? Look at that. And awesome. That is a fantastic tip. Thank you, McGreenberg. Oh, this is so cool. That is so helpful. No, no one else is impressed. Everyone else already knew. Well, damn. So cool. So very cool. Okay. What were we doing here? Oh, we didn't want quite item yet. We need to drop in an anchor, don't we? Well, this is gonna get messy quickly. Anchor. Yeah, that's better. Anchor and anchor. Okay, we've got this. We do item 1. Copy 2 and 3. Good enough for now. Just kind of placeholders in the time. And technically, we don't need to reference a source because gophers don't lead anywhere either when we click on them. So ours should just be placeholders. Let's also adjust our code to... No, I'm not even sure. Let's just do... we're going to call it cats for now. Just as a placeholder. Save. Save. Refresh. Okay, and we're supposed to change this. You said list items. List items. And probably even, I'd think, anchor elements, both. List items. Oh, maybe they should be separate, because if we're doing style none for list item, we'll find out. Wow, all kinds of comments in chat. It's gonna break something in addition to list style none. Like that. There's actually a really good video on YouTube on the channel Easy Programming, 9 hours long, damn, but with just basic tutorials for most functions that I'm working through. That's cool. I will need to check that out, although I've got a huge, giant list of things to check out after the year mark. I've just been collecting any and all helpful hints from anyone and everyone who's stumbled in here. McGreenberg, use a tag inside the list. Ravendell, here's 86. Make use of Start Learning Programming. Okay, cool. Helpful links. Awesome. I shall add that to my huge list of things to do. See, I guess every beginner has a giant list of things to do. Greenberg, add list style type none to our unordered list. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. I guess that will be bold. And I think more importantly, unordered list. we'll have list style type none. List. Oh, list style type, it's a thing. I should have just typed none like a human, but that's alright. Save. Refresh. Okay, that kind of worked, and now the next thing to do is... So menu and paragraphs were sorted with flex extraction and all that, but because the unordered list is in there and the list elements are different, I guess I need to add that same kind of thing to the following, right? Copy, display flex. I would think to unordered list, but I'm really not too sure. So we're just going to give it our best shot. Save, refresh. Damn. Did I miss a step? Nav. I must need to do something else as well. Maybe it's regarding the actual list element. Maybe I should add li in addition to that. Refresh. Yes, good. McGreenberg, open your inspector. Inspect. And we'll be checking things. Okay, something over here. UL. Flex direction align. We'll figure that out. Ravendell might chug through that a bit faster if you spoke lesser than you code, don't you think? Don't mean to offend. Absolutely, I totally agree. That's part of the year-long journey, though, was spewing all the nonsense. That way others can see what exactly is going through my mind, the flawed thought process and everything. Just finished lunch, gotta go. Good to have you, Ravendell. Hope you enjoyed your lunch, and thank you for hanging out with us. But yes, yeah, that the gammering is all part of the year-long painful endeavor for both me and everyone, sadly. Our year of learning has been extremely inefficient, which we are aware of, and we're taking notes. All things that we're going to change after the 12-month mark. It'll be awesome. So, hopefully, we click on this, we open that, style and such. I hope you mean click on this. Yeah. So, down here, we've got stuff. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Da-da-da-da-dee-dee-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. List style, so UL, what do I have here? Expand ULI. Question. How do I... Oh, is that how I expand it? Maybe? I don't know. I hope so. That doesn't feel like I expanded it, but maybe I did. Yeah, that was a no. Okay, bad, Steven. Damn. Go back. Oh god, not back that way. Close that. Oh no, everything's crashing in, down and around itself. Let's try again. Inspect. Ta-da, be-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Clickety-clack. Oh, up here, right. Is it... So we've got nav, the H1. Before I put in the unordered list, when it was just paragraphs, it was nav, the H1 with the 3 paragraphs, and everything was lined up. I didn't have to give any additional styling to the paragraph elements. It was just the nav section in general that I gave the display flex to. Greenberg, no. Click the right chevron, or click the chevron right next to UL. Darius, I do the same at the moment. I add comments to the code I'm doing on tutorials, even though it's not necessary, but it's good just to write things down. Agreed. Definitely. Definitely. Greenberg, set margin to 0 on unordered list. Padding to 0. Oh, okay, so wait, hold on. Set margin to 0 on unordered list and padding to 0. I'm gonna get rid of also the list element there. Let's do padding 0 set margin to 0 pixels, well as padding to 0. Okay. Save. Refresh. Oh, wow. Damn. McGreenberg. Oh, wait, just zeros? Okay, just kidding. That works. Save. Refresh. Hey, it still works. Oh, damn. What do you know? Shocking. Is there a way for me to give them a little more breathing room? I can add padding to the list items. List items. Padding. 1M at too extreme. At least I think it can work that way. Oh, well, can't win them all. What about a 0.5? Stack of death. I just want them to fit, damn it. Just here, you don't have to put pixel or M on 0 values. This way, the browser doesn't have to emulate a null measurement. Oh, such a clever fix, and for such a great reason. Good to know. The Greenberg, add 15 pixel paddings to the tags. Then a margin bottom of 15 to the list. Tag also needs a display block. A tags also need display block. Really? Okay, so add 15 pixels padding, 15 pixels, cool, and then do margin bottom of 15 to list items. And we can get rid of this. Do the margin instead. Margin bottom 15, you say. As well as add display block. Display block. Cool. And I think we're good. And get rid of the list padding, which we did. Cool. There's that. Save, save, save. Refresh. Okay, that's good. The spacing is substantially better regarding that. However, if I did 10 pixels, I think that might be slightly better. They were all on the same line for a brief moment in time. I was just trying to get them back to that point. GE96 text decoration none to get rid of the underline. Thank God it's like you read my mind. Wondering what I needed to do to get rid of those. Text decoration none. Save. Refresh. Cool. That's one nightmare down. Increase container width. And use media query to change the font size. I could increase the container width. By setting the padding on A to 15 pixels and 0. The width that holds the items. Yeah, no, the thing. I got you for the width of the nav column. Definitely. D 15. What if we do 10 and 0? Save, save, save. Hello. Totally missed. Refresh. Ta-da! There we go. Close that. Also, font color black. That's another thing that's going to drive me crazy. Color. I think we can just do color. Oh. Black. Save. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Freaking awesome. There we go. I can live with that. That's comforting. I think we're going to save any and all media query stuff, because this is, now as we close that, that's what it's going to be. Until the only thing we need different at this point is adding in the media query stuff, which is the extra credit bit of this. Until then, everything else is golden. So yes, we will add in a media query hover condition type thing for hovering over the items to change the background of them, as well as the ability to shift the content, maybe even change the headers to highlight, or not change the headers, but change the menu and the ads to highlight the fact that they've changed from a full-size display to something more mobile with a smaller display. But here, this is what we've got for now, which I can live with. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and close out of this. Back out. We've survived day 334. 11 months down. 1 more month to go. 31 days specifically. Let's go ahead and push all this noise to GitHub and land this bird. Close out of that. Display. What are we looking for? We are looking for GitHub. Beautiful. Beautiful. Uptime. Yeah, see, we need to set up all that crap. Uptime, 1 hour and 25 minutes. That is us. Yeah. It is currently 1:03 a.m. and 19 seconds. That's why everything hurts right now. If you were wondering, It's because it's that late. Okay, what were we doing? We needed to open up the GitHub desktop, which we have right here. And let's push this. Golden. All right. Summary. What did we do today? We did the stuff with the things. Did we refactor? Can you refactor CSS? I feel like that's a bit outlandish. I feel like we're giving CSS too much credit. It's really just styling. We added CSS. Modified, changed, updated. We updated CSS. Stuff. The general blanket statement of what we did today. Tomorrow, back into media query hell. But in the meantime, oh god, content styling. That's all we did. Copy, copy, copy. Pasting. Let's commit and push. Boom. Beautiful. Resolving deltas. Flows out of that noise. Get rid of that. Double check everything was uploaded successfully. Updated 10 seconds ago. That's a good sign. Ta-da. Yeah, victory. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's do this. Back out into OBS. Hey, Toasty. Wow, you're here at the end, but good day to you as well. Slash good night now. Gee, this other guy does 19 plus hours. Yeah, gotcha, that every single day thing doesn't seem so unreasonable. Oh, the hour, yeah, the different streams and whatnot. Yeah, it's a weird journey we're on. The goal is to stream every day, little bits, because it's not everyone has time to do the like boot camp style learning where it's like the 12 hours a day. So let's go ahead and land this bird. Day 334 comes to an end. What did we do? Who did we have today? Today we had Zero Love, GE96, Code by Kyle, Mr. Demon Wolf, Fletcher King, as well as Get Me Pie, McGrainberg, Forky Fork, Ravendel, and was there anyone else? Darius, 86, The Tall Pants, and of course, Toasty in the nick of time. Thanks again, everyone who stopped by to view the stream and or assist. Also, thank you to anyone who may have accidentally stumbled in here. Any and all views are greatly appreciated. Day 334 comes to an end, but the adventure continues tomorrow with day 335 of the year of streaming and learning to code. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.